Alright everyone, at this point we've all seen the Swedish Chef, we've seen the I'm cooking tweets, and we've seen the McDonald's leaks. And I'll be honest with you guys, all this food and cooking talk got me hungry as fuck for this game. So, with that in mind, here's a list of ingredients that I think PFG needs to add to Multiversus to make it a perfect meal. This Multiversus meal is made up of 5 main ingredients. I'm going to be talking to you guys about game modes, guilds, character customization, content creator integration, and some quality of life changes. In a perfect world on Relaunch, we're going to have beautiful netcode, hitboxes, and just general gameplay. So I think it'd be nice to have a variety of game modes that we can use these things in. The first thing that I have in mind is some sort of story mode or arcade/classic mode. Kind of like what Smash has done with Subspace Emissary or Nazby's done with their story mode. Hell, even the normal classic modes from Smash where you work through different challenges. Just something. Thinking back to most of the game's lifespan, at pretty much any given point on Twitch, you could see a King of the Hill happening. I'm talking about the automated King of the Hill that was going on for a while, that was super cool, or even Roma's Royale's King of the Hill that I used to join all the time. It would be nice if PFG added a game mode like this for us so we could have King of the Hills just streamlined and easy to do, rather than having to worry about inviting people all the time and kicking people if there's too many in the lobby. Just make it a game mode, package it up nicely, and let us use it. I think that'd be fantastic. Now, I haven't seen it talked about too much, but I think some sort of character mastery mode would be really cool, where essentially for any character in the roster, you have 10-15 challenges that can vary from things like break the targets, like what Smash has done, or using your character's movement to get through an obstacle course in a specific amount of time. With these time-based challenges too, add something like a leaderboard, and I know people will go crazy trying to grind that, just like people did in Advanced Warfare with the parkour mode. Another thing I'm really hoping to see is some sort of tournament game mode, kind of like Rocket League has done, where at specific times of the day, you can sign up for a tournament and it'll generate a bracket based on your rank and throw you right into it. It'll throw you into the games when you need to. If you win, it'll show you the bracket and what games you have coming up. Smurfing aside, I think this would be a great way to get all ranks in the game introduced to some sort of competitive play, whether you're silver, gold, or even grandmaster. You could play in a bracket at your rank. My friends and I play Rocket League for fun, and we're sitting at mid-plat, but anytime we see a tournament, we join it because it's just another cool thing to do. If there are unlocks tied to this tournament game mode as well, I could see people of all skill levels playing. Now, I can't believe I need to say this, but 3-player free-for-all. We need this so bad. I'm tired of seeing that 4th player bot just get abused for a full game. Let us do 3-player free-for-all, please. Last, but definitely not least, and I think this is the most important of them all, is really funny, unserious, crazy, out of this world random game modes. I'm looking at Rocket League's football game mode or their Rumble game mode. I'm looking at Brawlhalla's Dodge Bomb, where there's a bunch of little platforms and you're throwing bombs at each other trying to dodge it. And if you get hit, you just get sent to the blast zone. Brawlhalla has like a mix and match game mode where no matter what character you are, you could have any move. It's just really cool. Combo Devils is coming out soon too, and I think they've seen this because they're adding a soccer game mode you can see in their trailer. Hell, even Call of Duty and Fortnite are doing things like Prop Hunt, Fortnite Festival, Fortnite Racing. I don't expect Multiversus to have anything on the level of Fortnite's festival game mode or racing, but to have some things that we can just hop in to change the pace would go miles for the player base in my opinion. Even having a bunch of modifiers in the custom games would be really cool, whether you could change the size of your character or how much knockback they do, how fast they move, the gravity, maybe a bunch of cool items can be added. I don't know. Just in general, even making just the custom game mode more fun would be nice. Next on our list of ingredients is guilds. Now, the last thing I want is for guilds to just be a glorified friends list, a secondary friends list that you've put a name and a clan tag on. I want there to be some depth to this, and I can break that into 3 main parts: customization, competition, and progression. On launch and throughout the lifespan of this game, there's going to be hundreds, if not thousands, of guilds being made, with different names, clan tags, logos even, mottos. If PFG can add a way to help these guilds build some sort of identity, people are going to fall in love with this feature, I'm sure of it. Few ways I could see this being done are, at its simplest, like I mentioned, a clan tag or clan name that pops up beside your name. But to go a bit farther, having a primary and secondary color you could set for specific skins or banners or icons that represent your guild would be really, really cool. And to get really crazy, once a guild hits a certain amount of players or a certain level, or maybe is even acknowledged by PFG, it would be really cool to see guilds have the opportunity to submit their own icon or banner, or hell, even a skin that could be added to the game so people can really show off the amount of time they've put into their guild grinding and leveling it up. Apart from letting people customize their guilds and really making it their own, the next obvious thing in my mind would be to let them compete against each other. Whether it's through challenges, events, leaderboards, anything. I already know these guilds are going to be talking shit to each other, so might as well give them a platform to do it on. I can already hear all the bragging that's going to come out of a feature like this, and honestly, I'm all for it. Now, you've probably heard tidbits of it throughout this section, but the main thing that guilds needs, in my opinion, is some sort of progression system. People are going to be grinding the hell out of this game, so it'd be nice if their grinding also went towards their guilds, so that you could get specific guild unlocks like banners, skins, icons, etc. Let people unlock guild specific stuff that they can show off in ladder and bracket. I think it would be perfect. This next ingredient is building off something that PFG and Multiversus is already doing great at, and that's giving us really cool customization. I love absolutely all the skins in this game so far, and I mean, as a Rain Dog main, I've got more than enough of those. They were all free, and they all look very badass, so thank you for that. But I wish there was a bit more that we could do to our skins or characters to make them more visually unique. To start, I think introducing some sort of color or palette system like MK1's palettes or Brawlhalla's colors would be a great way to add variety to how the skins look like in this game. Another thing I'd like to see is something similar to Overwatch's Mythic skins, where for a specific skin, you can change 3 or 4 aspects of it, the color of it, the weapon, hell, maybe even the sound effects would be cool. Something like this would be insane for Multiversus, and I think the community would love it. I mean, just look at this Genji skin. All 3 of these are the same skin, but by simply changing the color palette, you get a whole different vibe from it, and they all look incredibly badass. Next thing I want to bring up quickly is Jakey Boy Art's skin concepts, because they're all very, very well made. Tony has even acknowledged Jakey Boy Art's concepts here, so hopefully we get to see a few of them. Just looking at these make me super excited for the types of skins we're going to get on launch and in the future of Multiversus. So I'm showing these to get you guys excited too. And I'll put a link to Jakey Boy's thread of all his skin concepts because I had so much fun scrolling through them, and I'm sure you will too. Let me know which one's your favorite. My personal favorites are the Ryan Goat, the Jelly Jake or Ice Cream Jake. Super love the look of this Deadly Punk Marvin, and the Swimmerman Superman. I know it'll just make a bunch of people mad to get killed by him in that skin, so I would love to see something like that in game at some point. Now, I'm going to give a scenario that I think all of us have been in before. You queue into a game, you look over at the person's name, and sure enough, you see full caps, big text, TTV in their name. You pull out your phone, you go to Twitch, you search them up, and sure enough, they're not freaking live. And there goes 7 seconds of my life. I think a solution to this problem and a way for me to get my 7 seconds back in my life is something like Premiere mentioned back in December of 2022, which is the ability to tie socials to your account, whether that be your Twitch, whether that be your TikTok, or your YouTube. And if you're live on any of them, having a red dot near it so people know that you're live. Not only does this help creators show that they're creating content, it helps introduce people who might not know content's being made to Multiversus content, which I think is super important because content creator videos and TikToks are a big way to get new players these days. And to take it a step further and create what I think is a healthy cycle between PFG and content creators is some sort of content tab where informational and trending videos on Multiversus can be shared and promoted. This allows PFG to support creators and gives creators a good incentive to create nice quality content for the game. Now, this last ingredient, even though it's not the most exciting, is still very important to Multiversus Relaunch in my opinion, and that's just quality of life changes and general UI improvements. I think they know, and I think it's been talked about before, but the main menu was definitely very cluttered. Whether it be the friend icons on the far right, which in my mind could be collapsed to a simple friend button with a number to tell you how many people are online, or if it was the lab, custom game, and training text that was on the main menu, which in my mind could go somewhere else. I don't know exactly how to make these menus perfect or how to make the navigation easier, but I do know that PFG should have people on their team that do. So I'm hoping that we see an overhauled menu and general navigation for the game when it comes out. You don't want people getting lost trying to figure out how to get into a custom game or into a specific game mode. And I also just think that the local play experience needs to be improved a little bit. whether it be for people just sitting on their couch looking to have fun, or people throwing local tournaments. For example, selecting perks is a pain in the ass if you're not first player. If you're first player, you get to use the cursor, and your page doesn't get reset every time you select a perk. If you're not first player, you're stuck using the D-pad. Every time you select something, you get sent right back to the top of the menu. As you navigate down this long list of perks, the text underneath is constantly pushing you up and down, so it's hard to follow where you are. I'm really hoping they just make the perk area easier to navigate. Or at the very least, just have it remember the perks if you're selecting the same character again. It's super annoying to have to go through and select the same character and perks every single game. Another option, if both people want to play the same character in the same maps, is to just give a rematch button so people can play more games in a shorter amount of time. I really just want this game to be everything that it can be and more when it relaunches. If I missed anything or there's things that you disagree with, let me know. Or if there's things you agreed with, let me know. Even make a video about it and get other people talking about it too. I've got a lot of faith in PFG and the team they've put together. I know they're cooking something great for us, but at the same time, I think it's important for us as the players to voice how we feel and what things we want for this game. And that's all. That's everything I got for you guys. I do want to shout out Slackerz for his feature video. There's a lot of very good ideas in there, and I'm hoping PFG saw that and is taking notes. And also Bug7 for his 35 things that he thinks are needed in Multiversus. There was a ton of great ideas in both those videos. Very on mark, and I'm hoping we see a lot of those in game. And the very last thing I'll say is that it seems like the finish line is right there and that we're going to have this game soon. As far as I'm concerned, 2024 is the year for Multiversus. So when this game comes out, let's not be quiet. Let's be loud. Let's get crazy. Let's have some fun. Alright, everybody. See you on Relaunch. And stay patient with me. Peace.